This is a video how to remove your clutch from your Dyson DC07 or DC14 vacuum cleaner. The first step that you always want to make sure that you have unplugged the appliance from the electrical outlet before you do any work on your vacuum cleaner. The tools that you'll need for this is a T15 Torx screwdriver, a thin flat-bladed screwdriver, a quarter, a belt lifter, and of course a rebuilt or new clutch for your Dyson. So the first thing you're going to do is remove the dirt container from your Dyson vacuum cleaner and set it aside, and then flip your vacuum over to expose the bottom portion where the roller brush is, and use the quarter to turn a quarter turn counterclockwise the three plastic clips that are holding the bottom plate on, and then just lift straight up to remove that. To remove the roller brush, simply grab it at the end opposite of the belt and lift it up, and keep on lifting it until it pops out of the belt, like so, and set that aside. Then you're going to need to remove this whole housing for the roller brush also, and the easiest way I found to do that is to take your thin flat bladed screwdriver and put it in between the upper housing and the roller brush housing, and just gently pop it out, and then while holding that side as if it were in, do the same for the other side. And it'll sound like it's going to break, but it doesn't. Just pull that up and then pull on the hose until that pops out. If this plastic portion doesn't come out with the hose, just take a pair of pliers and pull it off, and then screw it in a backwards motion, screw it back onto the hose. This is a good time also to inspect your hose and make sure it doesn't have any cracks or holes in it, because if it does, you'll need to replace that. That'll be a place where suction is lost and your vacuum won't work as well as normal. So what we've exposed here is this black portion is the clutch cover. At this point, we're going to need to remove also the U-bend assembly, that rounded piece right there. Just take that off and set it aside. That's that piece. Take that off. And then take your Torx screwdriver and remove the two screws. Hold on before you do that. You're going to need to remove this outer switch cover, and the easiest way to do that is to take your thin flat-bladed screwdriver and just kind of wedge it in between the black plastic and whatever color your knob is, and just keep turning it like you did the roller brush until it pops off. And it may not be as easy as that, and it may fly across the room. That's normal. Then take your Torx screwdriver and remove the two screws that you can see in the belt, in the clutch cover, and then remove the third screw, which is hidden in the in this little hole right here. Just kind of feel around. Have to get the right angle. Feel around until you feel the screwdriver sit down into the screw head, and then unscrew that. Once that's unscrewed, you can lift that clutch cover up and off of the clutch. Note here that this is a belt guide. It's just a thin, straight piece of metal. Sometimes that gets stuck inside the vacuum. If it is, just lift it out with pliers and push it back into the hole, because it's supposed to be attached to the clutch cover. At this point, you'll notice that you'll either notice that you need to remove the thin belt from the shaft coming out from the motor right here, and you can remove that with your fingers or with a thin bladed screwdriver, or it might be that that belt is broken and you won't have to remove it. But once you've got it removed from this is the shaft that comes out from the motor here, then just grip both of the belts firmly and pull up until the clutch comes out. Notice that, I'll show you on the new clutch, that there's a ridge here. If I can hold that. There's a ridge there that corresponds with this ridge right here. You want to make sure that when you put the clutch, the new clutch back into position, that you not only line up the screw holes here, but also make sure that, boy, I'm making that look hard. Make sure that that plastic gets pushed into that ridge so that you can see the plastic inside the ridge here and also in the back here. At this point, you're going to take your flat bladed screwdriver and pull that small belt over the motor shaft and turn it a couple times. You want to make sure it's not twisted in any way, and then take your clutch cover and put it back into position. Just drop it straight down and put your 3 screws back and tighten them. The one going down into the hole is a little bit tricky. You might want to magnetize your Torx 15 screwdriver so that it'll hold on to that screw while you get it into position. And then you can put your knob cover back into place just by snapping it like that. And put your U-bend assembly back into position. Put your roller brush housing, snap that hose on first, and then I'll just take the screwdriver and gently but firmly push those back into the little C-shaped plastic clamps that hold them. And at this point, you're going to need your belt lifter to lift the belt up. And the easiest way I've found to do that is to put the belt up on this prong first, the one closest to the hose, and I'll do that right now. So once the belt is lifted up, it'll look like that, and that'll give you plenty of space to be able to put your roller brush back into position and let the belt down on top of the concave part that it rides on, and turn that roller brush a couple times. And then also make sure that you push the rectangular parts of the ends of the roller brush down so that they're flush, completely flush with the outside of the housing, so that when you put your bottom plate on, it'll fit down all the way. You want to double check and make sure that there's no space here. If there is, reorient that bottom plate, and then use your quarter to tighten those 3 plastic screws a quarter turn clockwise. And that's it. You're done. You've got a brand new clutch in your Dyson.